All right, so in this video, we are going to look at where does the graph go up, down, and what is that local maximum, local minimum. Okay, so let's take a look at this graph. So first, remember that you're always going from left to right. Okay, so as I'm walking on the graph, so let's start from left to right. It looks like I'm going up all the way up to here. And at this point, this is what's called a turning point. This is something is going to change because I'm going to start going down. Okay, so what x values does that correspond to? Well, as you're going from left to right, so you always start at negative infinity, you're going to go all the way up to here and stop. So at 2 itself, do not include 2 itself. That's going to be an empty circle because the 2 itself is a turning point. Now, what kind of turning point, maximum or minimum? Well, it is like a hill of a graph, right? So this looks like to me that that's going to be a max at 2, 0. Okay, so next, let's move on and let's see what happens. So as you start up from here and then you go up until this turning point at 4, this is where the graph is going down. So this is where I will start at 2 and then I'm gonna go to 4, and in this little interval it's going to be decreasing. So again, not including the endpoint, and that point is a valley, and so that's going to be a min. Okay, what happens next? Well, what happens next at this point, now we're just going to keep going up, right? We're going up over here, over here, over here forever. Okay, so what interval does that correspond to? Well, we start at 4 and then we're just going to go all the way to the right. That's where we're going to go up, right? So our intervals of increase is going to be negative infinity to 2, because 2 is right here, and then start at 4 up until infinity. And decrease is going to be in between, right? This is the decrease between 2 and 4. Okay, so now I think we're ready to put that in there. So it's going to increase from negative infinity to 2. Again, remember, you are only including the x values, not the y values. Now, it's also going to increase starting at 4 all the way to infinity. Between 2 and 4, it's decreasing. So this is where it goes, 2 and 4. Remember, all of that is always parentheses. You don't ever include the endpoints. Now, the maximum was that hill, and that was a point 2, 0. And the minimum was the valley, which is 4, negative 2, right? Okay, so let's check that out.